If you find yourself in any gaming or political communities online, then you're gonna see a lot of coping going on. But almost nobody copes as hard as aging rock stars. They don't want to face the fact that what was once the top of the top is now the bottom of the bottom, so they say the weirdest stuff to make it make sense to their brains. You saw the title and thumbnail. Dave Mustaine said some pretty copy stuff near Copenhagen. You know what? For the purposes of this video, it takes place in Copenhagen. Hey ladies, how's it going? Dan Frampton here. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get going, how's about you like and subscribe? Okay, with that out of the way, let's go. So we're going over here to wearethepit.com, where they aggregated this article from Rolling Stone where Dave Mustaine blames the Kardashians for encouraging heavy metal posers. Yeah, and that's kind of true. The Kardashians are wearing like Cannibal Corpse shirts next to Travis Barker being like, we're rock and roll rock stars, we enjoy rock music, and the more brutal the better. We're the Kardashians. And rock stars don't like that, okay? Because they think that that is bad. They think that people are going to wear t-shirts and not know the band. They're not going to know any of the songs. They're not going to know the records. They're not going to know the legacy. And more important, they're not going to know the face and the name of these rock stars that are the fronts of these bands. So apparently after all these years, Megadeth have another record coming out called The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. What a great name for a fucking record. Oh my God, Dave Mustaine, very creative. And there's a song on that record called Celebutante, where it makes fun of people like Kim Kardashian wearing those Cannibal Corpse shirts. You celebutantes are ruining my rock and roll culture. What the fuck? I don't know, dude. I think Dave Mustaine should be pretty stoked that someone at that level is wearing one of their shirts, you know what I mean? But that's not what's going on here. Let's fucking get into what Dave Mustaine said. He was kind of referencing that celebutante thing that he has a song about, and he's like, I saw one of those little monsters just the other day. He calls them little monsters. What the fuck? I was walking down this cute little path in Copenhagen, and I saw these two young girls walking. One of them had this dress on that had Megadeth logos all down the front of it. And I was like, oh wow. I said, hey, that's my band. She looked at me like, ew, get away, you pervert. And I looked at her and said, no, you don't understand. That's my band. And she puts her hands up, waving me off like an airplane coming into the jet way too fast. Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. That is really weird to be just like walking around in Holland and seeing someone wearing your band logo and be like, yo, that's me, I'm on your shirt, isn't that so cool? Aren't you happy to meet me? It's kind of a weird goddamn thing to do. And it just got underneath his skin so hard that they didn't know who he was. What do you mean you don't know who Dave Mustaine was? I'm the guy that was kicked out of Metallica and started a way less cool band. He goes on to say, she was probably just one of those celebutante chicks that got it when the Kardashians were wearing Slayer t-shirts. Apparently at one point the tour photographer was like, we should get a picture with them, and they were like, no, I don't know the band. We just got this in a boutique down the street. And that's totally fine. Some seamstress just cut up a bunch of old Megadeth t-shirts, sewed them together to create something new, and people are wearing it and they're inspired by it. It's pretty sick. You don't need to go up to them being like, you know, that's the name of the band that I'm in. I write the songs that are that band's songs. What the fuck, dude? So let's think about this for a second. Dave Mustaine, a 60-year-old man, is just trotting down a beautiful road in Copenhagen, and he just gets it in his head to approach these younger women wearing his band logo on their dress. I don't know how he didn't think that this was gonna be like a weird, awkward thing to do, and then to fucking write a whole song about it, and then to do a whole Rolling Stone article about how these people wouldn't know their band. They couldn't name any songs. They just can't fathom a world where rock and roll isn't the top of the food chain, where rock stars aren't the sex objects of everybody in the world. And he's 60 years old putting out this fresh rock and roll record. I don't know, that's not how like time works, dude. You're not gonna get 40 years back to your life because you're putting out a record that you would have put out 40 years ago. The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. Yeah, it's a nice little progression. The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. It has a nice little ring to it. What a great little album you're gonna have there, Dave Mustaine. And I think if you like a graphic of any t-shirt and you just think it's cool and you wanna wear it, you go ahead and wear it. And yeah, this kind of rock and roll, this kind of thrash metal isn't as popular as it was, and you should be stoked that they're wearing it in front of as many people that they are. They probably got more eyes on your stuff than you even did, and you just can't handle that. You don't want people to be like gossiping over the latest celebrity tea or whatever. You can't stand that people are entertained by that. Well, guess what? They are. Trash television is popular, and so are trash internet videos.